Nobody does it quite like you. No, 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 nobody does it quite like you.
Hello everyone and welcome to UPL week number 3 here on Unified Live. I am Camcom, joined by Regdor here on the desk tonight. We have a very exciting match. We've got AOE Ginger Turmeric taking on Zenigma Lunar.
I'm so hyped, Cam. It's
Me
Friday
too.
night.
Friday night.
Friday
Yeah.
night on the Rift.
Best of 3. What are our current standings here, Regdor? Can you break down where we currently are on the standings?
If you carry the 1, then you add the 0. So AOE Ginger Turmeric 1-0. Had a
Okay.
bye week last week, so maybe a little bit of rust to shake off, you know. Maybe some hard times in the solo queue ladder. But taking on Zenigma Lunar, who's currently 0-2, might be finding their first win tonight, or maybe still down bad. Not sure which.
Hopefully finding their first win here tonight. As you do have the rosters for tonight, AOE Ginger Turmeric. On the left side, you have Existence for your top lane, of course, Keel7 as your jungler, Shrimp Captain, I believe, as your mid laner, October 23rd for AD carry, and Duo Selena 1 for your support.
Yeah, and on the opposite side for Zenigma Lunar, we've got Nappy up in the top lane, IG Daddy in the jungle, Knots in the mid lane, and Team Game 1 and Nostalgia Lee in the bottom lane.
Yes, and hopefully we will be getting into draft here very shortly. Regdor, we are playing on a new patch here. And I also heard we're playing with a new champion on, not this new patch, but last new patch, new champion here today. I've heard Belveth is enabled, Regdor. Are we going to see some Belveth for the first time here in the UPL?
I don't know. I heard it's a real thing. Seen a bunch of gameplay. Seems kind of strong-ish. So far, Belveth has felt like a very feast or famine champion. No pun intended here. That can do a lot inside the context of the game if she gets rolling, but it feels like she's kind of put behind. Not much to be had. A very quiet voidling.
A very quiet voidling, as I've been calling her a very nice stingray friend, as she's just a giant stingray, you know? She flies around Summoner's Rift. It is very, very funny to watch her auto attack towers. Like, usually my favorite animations of champions are their running animations where their little legs go like super quick, you know? No, Belveth, her auto attack animation. It's just the funniest thing. I really hope we get to see some Belveth here tonight, whether from AOE or Zenigma.
It's like the giant drunk octopus where it's like, let me at him, let me at him. That's all I can think of because it's just whap, whap, whap.
She just goes slap, 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 slap.
Other champions I'd like to see is, even though she took a little bit of a bump, is Zeri. I saw a very interesting Zeri build that included Manamune, Luden's Echo, or Luden's Tempest, wrong year, and Ravenous Hydra at that point. Critted for like 1,000 magic damage, her W did. So, very fun and interactive.
You know what else I heard is a very fun and interactive build currently is Moonstone Kog'Maw. So, there's some builds going around right now with Funnel Kog'Maw, except Kog'Maw's not the one being funneled. It's very funny to watch. Apparently, there's also the builds of him going like, full attack speed and just literally having his W never off. It's not even really full attack speed. It's like just CDR and then his W just constantly is on and you just do a ridiculous amount of damage. But no, I think Moonstone is my favorite build. Build Moonstone on every champion. I know nobody else will ever say this in a million years, but I miss the days where Moonstone was built on every champion in the game. That was a fun time for me.
It doesn't sound fun. It doesn't, like, Moonstone Mundo, he is a doctor.
Yes! Just
Yeah.
Moonstone, you know how like Conqueror's taken on like 9 out of 10 champions? I think Moonstone should also be on 9 out of 10 champions.
Durability update, aka the healing patch.
Yes.
Renewed. New ADC, Moonstone.
Mhm.
She can heal from the healing that healed her healing. Speaking of healing, Fiora banned away. Love that. Hop right back on track here, as we do have Ginger
We're on the
Turmeric
draft,
blue
yes,
side.
hello.
Yeah. This is no longer a UPL stream. It's just us memeing about the meta. Congratulations. Welcome.
Welcome, yes. No. The only other one I would have is Bel'Veth. I think the most popular picks right now, at least in the meta, if we're going back to meta, Sejuani top. Very high prio in pro play. I'm still yet to figure out why. I casted Sejuani in a game last night. Not a pro game, a Platinum Diamond game, and she just not a balanced champion. I don't know how this happened. How did Sejuani top become a thing, Ragnar? Not banned yet, by the way. We could see it.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, if there's a B1 Sejuani, I might cry a little, but it's very interesting. I don't know where like this dark technology came out that people are like, wow, Sejuani has a really great passive that synergizes with melee champions. She has escape. She has set up CC. She can do so many things, and she's kind of hard to kill. She's kind of what you call a tank. So I think that everybody just kind of put that together and said, hey, why don't we try it top and then pair it with something like, I don't know, Viego, who can't lane anymore but can jungle really well, and then just abuse the top side of the map. Or just leave her on weak side and she still has giant ice bola to throw at people's faces.
Also important thing here to note is the second ban from Zenigma Lunar is not actually Leona, it is actually Senna. I like the Senna ban a lot more than Leona. I think Senna has maintained a high A, low S tier for quite a long time here in the meta. You could just basically always pick her, whether it's farming, whether it's fasting, especially with the Tahm Kench bot lane as well. Tahm Kench left up, but Senna will be banned away, which does mean Leona is available. But Lucian B1, one of my team's favorite champions to be. When you can put this guy mid, you can put this guy AD carry. You don't have to pick where he goes, but you do pick him very often on B1. He's very powerful.
And, hey, he was one of the most flexible gamers out there. Also is really good top into some counter matchups that we have seen over the past. I mean, GP banned away, so that's probably one of the biggest ones that he gets to beat up. But yeah, super flexible three-way split there. We have seen him and Callista popping up more and more in the bottom lane because of the durability patch and being such aggressive early game champions that they try to just nullify and abuse that early game. But Lilia, some eeps and bops and swirl seeds galore. Team fighting, first two picks really coming out from Zenigma Lunar.
I think I've seen Lilia come up a little bit more recently because of the, not just Sejuani tank, but the general tank meta in the top lane. Lilia very often is a tank counter. You could put her top, you could put her jungle. I was gonna talk about the Bel'Veth. I was like, there's no way they're looking Bel'Veth here. I don't know where you pick Bel'Veth in a draft yet, because this is like the first week where she is enabled in leagues. Usually, it's this week and next week really is when she starts getting enabled, and she's really not anywhere near close to being allowed in pro play. So it's hard to be able to tell where you pick her in drafts right now. So the first time I see a Bel'Veth is when I can start judging when to pick her good in drafts. But Kindred instead is going to be the jungle lock-in of choice for Keel. Kindred is a very common counter pick to Lilia, so I'm guessing they assume it's a Lilia jungle, not a Lilia top.
Yeah, same assumptions have to come, and especially picking like Kindred right now. We got to see some in last week's game, wonderful Kindred games there from I think it was Team Blue, but very much so warps the game. So an older style at least, where it was like laners are playing for their jungler, vice the jungler playing for laners that we've become accustomed to, with things like Jarvan being so big for so long. So it'd be really interesting if they can get to that first 4 marks. And hopefully, you know, another 3 after that. I think 7 marks is like super big pogs. 4 marks is like what you need to play the game. But with the Syndra into Zoe, that feels like, hey, I just want to get the push, have set up CC for the lane. Because Syndra has not, she's seen a lot better days in terms of the draft. Not the best champ in the meta right now.
Not the best, but it is very... It's one of those champions that you pick if you're really comfortable on it, and then at that point, it's always a good champion in the meta, technically. Like, it's not a champion that you can pick up for the first 10, 20, even 30 games, really, and just know how to play her. Like, you have to be really proficient at this champion. Like, Azir, Kalista falls under these same, like, umbrellas, right, too, where you have to be really good, so hopefully Shrimp is going to have that Syndra proficiency to be able to blind pick a Syndra into the Zoe matchup, a very high skill ceiling type of matchup in the mid lane.
Yeah, that sounds just scary to me. Just so much dodgeball to be played. And I've been seeing this thing with Syndra. Will be interesting to see where Shrimp chooses to take the build. But same thing we were talking about with, we've seen with Azir and we've seen with Victor as well, where they've opted into like Leandries and Cosmic Drive and really tried to turn their burst into damage over time to be more like a battle mage or sustained damage. Because she doesn't have the burst that you used to have where you can 1 round combo an ADC and they're either dead or out of the fight. It's more like, ow, that really hurt, but I'm still healthy in the grand context. So we'll have to see what the itemization route is with the last bans coming through.
Walking the Syndra on B3 as well also preserves a little bit of that flexibility with Lucian. You do still know that one of them is going mid lane and one of them is going AD carry, but they still do have some sort of swapping potential. But Nami somehow made it through the entire ban phase with the B1 Lucian. So with the Nami login on B4, most likely I would be very surprised if it's not that Lucian Nami bot lane, showing that it is that Syndra mid lane. Hopefully we'll have our top laner here locked in on the B5. Unless something's going real wrong.
Unless we're doing something really weird. Hey!
York.
York's like... Oh, never mind. York's not there anymore. I was going to say he's like the opposite of a Mumu because he always has friends, but instead it's Camille.
Shovel Man!
I don't know. Camille has friends, I assume.
Are we judging champions by how many friends they might have?
I mean, yeah, I guess that's A-Way. In that case, I think Kaisa wins. KDA, right? Thousands of fans? Friends?
Maybe, yeah. I don't know lores of all 10 of these champions well enough to be able to decide where exactly. I would say who has the most friends. I mean, Lucian's married, I guess, you know? I don't think any of the other champions here are married.
Lucian has at least 1 friend. I mean,
yes.
2 if you count Nami. That's been, you know, Lucian's best. That's true.
Kindred does have a wolf. We are being told from the heavens that Kindred does have a wolf, so they are quite literally 2. I can't say humans, 2 beings in one champion. Smart.
2 things. Yeah. Talking about stuff that's smart. Top lane, Camille, Riven. That feels like Armageddon in the making. I don't think this is a lane where anybody's gonna be like, cool, we're just gonna trade grass procs and vibe it out. It feels like I at least want to see one of them have Ignite. Maybe just the no flash tech from both of them taking TP Ignite and just play super hard for a lane. Because Kindred has to win out the mini game, right? And be on the right side of the jungle for that first scuttle. And God, if it's up on the top side, we'll see who's still alive at that point to actually contest for the first scuttle of the game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, right, like, Camille classically does take Ignite Teleport, right? So she can be going for these very early scary trades. I think Riven still takes Flash, I'm pretty sure, because she has Flash, like, kind of built into a lot of her combos. So I don't think she can go Teleport Ignite. If she goes Ignite, then she has to go, no, Teleport instead. But typically, I don't predict level 1 deaths in top lane, but This game, Camille into Riven, kind of screams someone is dying level 1 before minions spawn in the 1v1.
They're going to
I
fight
don't know who.
over
It's
every
whoever lands the
minion.
first CC.
What I think is going to be really interesting, like going through the draft as a whole, is the bottom side, because we know what Lucian Nami can do. It's like, oh, you stepped 1 pixel too far forward? Well, congratulations. You've just won a free trip back to your fountain. And when you put Kai'Sa with Karma, that's not a usual lane mate. That's not like how Kai'Sa really wants to play the game. So we're going to have to see like how if they're able to weather the early storm, because it feels like AOE Ginger Turmeric is the one who is on a timer with this early game composition.
What is this fun fact? Wait, Zoe is the only Targonian aspect that Aureliansel doesn't want to kill. She calls him Space Doggy 2, and he hates that. What? Where do you find these fun facts?
Today I learned. I didn't need to know this, but now I do know it.
I know what a Targonian aspect is. That makes me feel slightly better about not knowing any lore. Targonian aspects are the rulers of the Targonian mountain, where they like ascend to be gods, and like you can only ascend to be a god if you climb the Targonian mountain. But I didn't think Zoe climbed it.
I don't know. I thought she was like thousands of years old or something. Now, some early wards getting placed down
My lore
here.
knowledge is being tested.
My brain is getting expanded every moment that we talk about these things.
Good. I'm glad.
The mantra Q does fail to hit there. No early gold advantage for the support of Zenigma Lunar.
Nostalgia opting to take the Comet here is not something that I've seen a whole lot on Karma. I think last time we had a Fleet Footwork Bard last time he was on the stream. I'm just learning so much about support runes. Comet does basically mean you're playing mostly for poke in lane, right? So they're really just trying to poke the Lucian Nami, trying to keep them off of, you know, the full all-in burst engage. So if you can keep the Nami low on mana, and especially low on health, then they can't really go for the burst engages that Lucian Nami is really trying to do.
Yeah, but there's so much great zoning right now from Duo just to keep them pushed away. I don't even know if they were able to get an XP range there early on, because they do have to respect that early game damage. They'll get that early level too. So it really feels like bot lane for Zenigma is just going to have to kind of play the weak side.
Regdor, I'm very sorry, but I predicted the level 1 death incorrectly. There was no level 1 kill in the top lane. I'm very upset. Come on, guys. Next game. We got another Camille Riven top lane.
No CS, only fight. Was.
Durability update? Nah, we don't want durability update. We want an update where it's just all fighting level 1 here. Duo going for a very scary invade there into IG's jungle. I think just basically going for a ward, just a very, very deep and scary ward.
It's like the Psycho ward. Oh my gosh, Existence just walks under tower, casually auto attack, and then back away.
Perfectly fine, perfectly fine. That's the grass trading that you were hoping for. I mean, it's grass trading from one side. Riven has no friends. Okay, we know Hyper is a Riven hater now. Thank you, Hyper, for clarifying that.
Yeah, Nappy though needs to watch out. Super low.
Oh, the ignite! Oh my gosh!
Ignite.
I thought for sure the shield. I was quiet because I thought for sure the shield would be enough, but no, that's first blood. Wasn't level 1, but level 4 for existence up in the top lane.
And you gotta think, yeah, it has to immediately burn the TP to get back to lane in order to catch this wave. So I mean, you know, it's not unlocked TP or unleashed. But that is rather unfortunate, especially since Camille has hit that lovely early game power spike of the Sheen. That Spellblade does buku damage.
Yeah, if Nappy wasn't able to teleport back to that wave, then missing, I believe it was 1.5 fully stacked waves under his tower, plus the death would just put him at least 2 levels behind existence, and basically make the entire rest of the plane unplayable, playing underneath your tower, but being able to TP back does at least give him a little bit more time. Team game, taken down very low there by the burst damage of the classic Lucian Nami. Nostalgia trying to trade it back a little bit. You do see that Comet comes in very handy for at least trading back the damage.
Yeah, and Nami's not at the point like she is in TFT, where you just feel like she heals for infinite amounts. It is a finite amount, just like Not's health bar right now, having to burn the flash.
Ooh, nice flash there from Knots. Able to get away from Shrimp for 1 second, but Shrimp flashing over the wall with the buffer, as well as able to secure the second solo kill now for AOE.
Got 2 solo kills in both of the solo lanes, and a nice little CS, you know, constant push down here in the bottom side. Everything kind of looking like making the game easier to play for Keel on the Kindred, having priority in all these
Nostalgia! Oh, Nostalgia thought he had enough healing with the Mantra W! Oh no, the burst was just too much for the poor Karma. IG Flash not a duo though, trying to trade the supports back life 1-for-1 Keel. Running a little bit late to this team fight, is actually gonna flash in on the team game. That last auto attack not gonna find the kill for Keel, but instead giving it over to October. 2-0 now on the Lucian. That is not what you want if you're in this Zenigma bot lane.
That was really great foresight from Keel there. Instead of taking the kill themselves, giving more acceleration to October to make, like you said earlier, this matchup become eventually unplayable. Ooh.
Nappy, level 5 to the level 6, but somehow still hitting level 6 off of the kill. Gets the first kill on the board for Zenigma Lunar.
That is what I feel like this top lane is going to be. So much skill expression in both of these champions, and Nappy there, you know, making great use, saying, I'm not trapped in here with you.
Shrimp does get Sleepy Trouble bubbled, and, you know, Nostalgia, really nice roam up from the bot lane, lands a W to follow it up and just secure a nice another kill on the board for Zenigma.
Definitely signs of life, but it is 1 kill a minute, that is for sure. We've got 35 seconds or 25 seconds for them to find another, so we can stay on track here.
Come on, we got 20 more seconds. We gotta get another kill on the board, guys. I'm a believer now. Now we do have a problem here, Rigdor. Nobody's on the map right now. How do we get a kill?
Well, the dragon will die. I know that doesn't count, but
what if Keel executes to the dragon? Is that considered a kill?
That is a kill. That's
okay.
A very sad gamer mode. That's when you
That would
your
be
jungler.
very sad.
Yeah. Jungler can't execute on Drakes there, but Nostalgia needs to be careful. Kindred does a lot of damage. One of my favorite champions. Not a jungler, but I like Kindred a lot.
Kindred is actually my second highest mastery for junglers. Okay. Thank you for showing us the Hex Tech. It's not an ocean dragon again. It is a Hex Tech dragon. I promise. Thank you for showing us that. We do have another fight over the second scuttle. That is a mark pop for Keel now as well. IG not level 6, still only level 5 on the Lilia. Needs a couple more minutes to farm up more. The Ignite not going to be doing enough damage to be able to secure one more kill for AoE. And that puts us behind our 1 kill a minute. Come on, guys.
Pick it up. That move speed for IG did so much to be able to get out of that fight. Just run away from all your troubles. Because the culling is going to come down. Oh.
It's just a wave clear culling. It's a little bit of a poke. I don't think October ever expected that culling to kill team game, but it's there for poke, pretty much. And he did get quite a lot of it. That's a nice bubble ended on a Nostalgia. The Ignite dropped as well, but again, just there for poke. Not doing any kills here.
It's almost like the old Caitlyn Lux lane, where it's just like, we're going to turbo shove, bully you out of lane, and just take tower plating, which looks like they've gotten 2 or 3 so far here at just 8 minutes into the game. Like, they've got plenty of time to work with to maybe just get this tower down. The first Herald is alive, and there is a Kindred up there looking at it. So we'll have to see if they elect to go for this early play with what is the chaos of top lane thus far.
Yeah, Keel was already able to pick up the first dragon for AoE Ginger Turmeric, so if they are able to take this first Rift Herald, which it does look like they did, that is now the first dragon and first Rift Herald, all early objectives in the favor of AoE Ginger Turmeric on top of the 2,000 gold lead that they have as a team.
This is what we were kind of talking about with the index into a lot of the early game with Belushi Namis, that they have to propel the game state forward. 2k gold lead right now. You know, it's not the biggest thing in the world, but it's sizable, you know. And you're going to get more off of the Herald play, depending on where they use it. I assume they might try to use it around mid, since the bot lane is kind of winning at the moment.
Yeah, definitely the biggest individual gold lead there is between the 80 carries. October getting that double kill on one of the bot lane plays gives him a huge gold lead. Was that like almost 1,500 individually over team game? That is 1,500 out of the 2,000 gold lead that AOE has, just entirely on October for the bot lane.
And they're just getting another plate. It's gonna be rinse, wash, repeat.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
Kaisa definitely, like we talked about, without an engaged support, just doesn't have like the teeth to be able to get in and get those like solo Acathian reigns where a lot of her damage is baked in the early game, with the Hail of Bade proc for her passive. And because of that, you know, she just has to kind of bide her time and try to scale on into the game. But if it takes too long, then there's not a whole lot of game to scale into.
Yeah, it is very hard to play Kaisa in the laning phase here into the Lucian Nami, but you are trying to play it for at least a little bit later. But Keel coming down here for a dive now onto the poor Karma and Kaisa. Kaisa's able to flash plus Killer Instinct out, but one more auto on the E damage will be able to get almost a double kill for Keel. Unfortunately, one of them was stolen away by October. How dare he?
Stolen. It was secured, as we do have the...
No.
Ooh.
Really excellent Drowsy there, landed onto Existence. Unfortunately, not able to follow up while he is drowsy to Existence. Tries to use the Hextech Ultimatum to get a little bit more time underneath his turret, but in the midst of 3 people, it is very hard to turn that. So 2 kills in the bot lane for AOE and 1 in the top lane for Zenigma.
And that was almost a really, really good buffer on the the Sleepy Lullaby, or whatever it may be called. I
think that's right, yeah.
Mixed up. Yeah, Sleepy Lullaby time. Always get mixed up when we have a Zoe in the game, too, with the Sleepy Trouble Bubble. There's a lot of people trying to, like, take naps.
We need more sleeping, I think. You know what? I think when we pick Lilia and Zoe as our mid-jungle, I think we're just trying to, like, take a nap, you know? That's what we're doing.
That is fair.
We're very sleepy.
I don't know, if you're Zenigma, you would like to wake up and kind of propel the game state forward, as we do only have a little under 15 seconds till the next Drake is up. And they are facing what is a pretty strong AoE at the moment, with, you know, mythic items completed on 3 of the 5 members here for the second Drake of the game.
Ooh, nice stun landing there onto Knots. Does have an extra lock there to get a little bit more time and a lot more HP in his pocket. Duo landed an excellent bubble, but is forced to flash away. But Keel has arrived. There's the Lucid damage. Jump in, couple of auto attacks. He take Knots down to 1 HP. IG forced to flash away, just sitting there at a quarter of his own. And man, I got all excited. I wanted to talk about more Sleepy. I figured it out. It's not that they're putting their own team to sleep here, Regdor. They're trying to put AoE to sleep so that they can just like go sneak in and take their Nexus. That's what it is. They're not putting themselves to sleep.
They're gonna have to try harder. I think AoE is like hopped up on Mountain Dew and Ginger Turmeric right now. They're not going anywhere. They've got all the herbs they need. Is now the bot lane just rotated up the top side, but it may be to the chagrin.
Nappy and IG are very fed. The 2 most fed members here for Zenigma, trading it back 1-for-1 so far. October versus Nappy in a nice lane 1v1, but is it a 1v1 for very long when Existence now arrives, lands the long-range hook shot onto him, and will give that kill over to October for a double kill once again on the Lucian.
Existence burst onto the scene to make their existence known there, saving October in his now 5-0 KDA here. It just so far propelled forward off the back, is almost sitting on Collector at this point. 2 items, almost 2 items strong. The opposing ADC doesn't even have the Noon Quiver yet. So, a bit of a discrepancy in terms of carries.
Oh no, it's an item and a half to 1 pickaxe. Oh no. You know what? Team game, he's gonna get there. Give him another like 10 minutes to get at least another half an item, I think. Oh my gosh, 3,000 gold lead for October over team game. That is not okay. You know what also isn't okay is the amount of insane bubbles Duo is landing. Like, why can't I land these bubbles? My bubbles look nothing like this.
You know, maybe there's an aim trainer, but for League of Legends, one can hope.
Please.
And that
Another
was just-
bubble. That bubble. No. That's not a kill. That's not a kill steal, Regner. That's a kill secured now for Duo. Absolutely deserving of that one for landing so many so good bubbles in a row. Knots as well. We'll trade that kill on the top side back for something down in the bot lane, taking that kill on Shrimp.
Well, we see how.
Oh my gosh, Duo, how does he get Nami? This is not okay. Oh no, they you know what? They paused because they said these bubbles. There's no way. They're too good.
Just built different on the fish.
I don't actually know the reason for the pause. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no. There's a lot happening right now, but the biggest thing is that AOE Ginger Turmeric is doing exactly what they need with the Lucian. And they got at least, what was that, 5, 6, 7 tower plates to their name, plus 5 kills now. They're so far propelled forward, and they're using that advantage between that and October and Keel to just fight them everywhere they can be, and just propel this game state forward to never allow the scaling of like Zoe and Kaisa to come online, never make Lilia use all of her ults defensively, and just basically blitzkrieg straight through to the enemy nexus.
Yeah, it's just been really, really strong macro coming out from the AoE bot lane here, like you're saying, is they got the entire tower in their own lane before the 14-minute mark without any help, without any Rift Turtle, just completely on their own, all 5 tower plating shared between the Lucian Nami. So you know what they did after that? They did the same thing top lane. Obviously, they didn't get plates for that one. It was after the 14-minute mark, but it's just so much gold now going into the Lucian Nami than they were also right before this pause, which you are now back in the game. They just, you know, October and Duo, they took the top lane out of their tower. Now they go mid. Now they take the mid out of their tower. Now they're still stuck in mid here while the game is paused again here for a couple seconds, but just looking to just continue pushing their lead across all 3 lanes. It's one thing to get a lead in one lane. It's another thing to get a lead in literally every lane on the map.
And that's such a great thing, like we were talking about how Kindred warps the game state and how you have to play around Keel. It's the jungler's easiest day when all 3 lanes are pushing and all 3 lanes are winning, because then you just have such a great time. Because you can do whatever you want. You can go for objectives. You can go for these, you know, invades into the enemy jungle and take more resources away from Lilia, which IG playing a very farm-heavy champion, but down, what is that, 40 CS right now. Not having a lot of fun in the game because they're just not allowed to play at the moment based on how the game state's going. Because, again, you have 3 lanes that are pushed in. You don't have a whole lot of freedom of movement. And so really great work overall from AoE to be making these cross-map plays, this constant pressure pushing forward onto them. Zenigma not in a great spot in terms of being able to try to fight against this.
Yeah, Lilia's supposed to be like a power farm, just farm until you get 2 items type of jungler, right? That's what she's so well known for, and she can usually out-farm most junglers just in the power of her clear speed, right? But if you're constantly innovating her, if you're constantly taking away her farm, then she absolutely can't do that. But Team Game, going along with that killer instinct, is actually able to finally kill October. I think that was like 500 shutdown in the favor of Team Game. Will immediately trade his life back over to Duo. Nappy going over the wall, thought he was on his own with Duo, but unfortunately had a couple of teammates, had a couple of friends here, as you could say, with him to back him up.
Sadly, Riven still has no friends and will lose their life in the second Rift Herald of the game, going over to Ginger Turmeric. Yeah, October might have just like tried to speed test that a little bit. Thought they had the damage to just one combo nostalgia, but was able to survive and gave over the shutdown in the meantime. And that may be what, you know, Kaisa does need to get into the game, is on the upgraded or evolved Acathian Rain at this point. Missing, probably going to go into Collector with that Serrated Dirk next. Would love to see a Zeal item. You know, Phantom Dancer, really great. Gives you your Supercharge evolve. Really useful in team fights.
Yeah, absolutely, right? As so far, every single neutral objective on the whole, I hold that thought. October walking into both of the Sleeping Trouble bubbles. Instantly will be blown up for that one. Doesn't have a shutdown, but IG on the board now with his second kill and a couple more Darksteel stacks to top it off. Doesn't have a sleep to trade another kill back on the Duo, but yes, you cannot walk into both of the sleepies. You can only walk into one, even then it is a little scary, but October really just, he took like a whole map right there.
Yeah, no, he took the big nap, as some may call it, at least for another 7 seconds. And this is what Zenigma has to do. They have what is a really good pick comp in terms of Lilia Zoe, and the follow-up you can get out of team game with the Killer Instinct up off of that PC existence, just making their existence known.
Now Existence will be also joining October on a slightly shorter nap. Not so much as, I think it was a 20-second, 30-second nap that October went on. Tidal Wave coming out, not gonna find any targets. But anyway, I just wanted to point out here really quickly, AOE taking both of the dragons so far, currently on their path to take their 3rd dragon of the game, taking both of the Rift Heralds, every single outer turret on the map. Zenigma, no towers, no dragons, no Rift Heralds. That is a lot of objectives in the favor of AOE right now, if you just completely ignore the gold lead.
No, they have such a strong 5v5 at the moment that they can kind of flex. We saw all the zoning they were able to kind of put out with just Shrimp on their own. Those Dark Spheres and Scout of the Week actually caused Nostalgia to flash away and say, okay, we cannot challenge this objective. I would be remiss to say that I think AOE is just going to look for the 20-minute Baron. They have all the neutral objectives on the map thus far, and that'll help shore up some of what is a shorter range composition to start sieging these inner towers, which hold so much juicy gold, and really, again, keep moving the game state forward. Do not allow them to sit and farm. Don't give them time to think. Just keep hammering away at the base.
And that's what they've been so good at so far in this game 1 of the best of 3, right? As they're currently on track for, I believe, 24 minute Cloud Soul here, so some would say not the most powerful soul, but I would say very powerful on a Lucian Nami bot lane especially, and I think it is good on the Camille ultimate as well, but especially just Lucian, right? You culling, you might cancel it early, but if you don't, then you just dash so fast with that. It does so much damage. Oh, red door.
I was waiting. I'm sorry. My breath was held. That was like the pixel away from getting slept.
I was like, oh no.
Just, yeah, I know. I took a nap.
We're gonna pause for a casting.
Ooh.
Oh, wait. Bubble? Bubble? Where's the bubble? Come on, bubble. I'm waiting for the bubble. No. There's no Nami here. There's no Nami here. Okay, Keel did pick up that kill onto Nostalgia. Team game died. I have no idea where. I think he just died to a bubble. I'm just gonna say everyone dies to bubbles at this point. Duo, he's so cracked at these bubbles. It's so crazy.
Team said that team was a little bit too far forward underneath that tier 2. October just getting the full combo there as they are looking to just take.
Is this a dancing Rift Herald?
I don't think it has enough health for it.
No. Don't kill my dreams. Don't kill my. No, my dreams. Oh my gosh. I thought it could be a dancing Rift Herald. One cleanse to stop the power of the Sleepy Trouble Bubble, but one member does not have that. Will be, I believe, a 400 shutdown. Now given over to Team Game, who does unfortunately fall right after taking a shutdown for himself again. Nappy TP'd in behind AOE Ginger Turmeric, but on a very long flank, will not have his friendly teammates friends. If he does decide to go in for a flank angle here, it does look like AOE are able to run just about fast enough to make it out alive. Just trading 1-for-1 in terms of kills, but getting a pretty decent chunk out of not only an inhibitor, but I believe 1 Nexus Tower as well.
Yeah, that was a pretty substantial push from the side of AOE. Huge, gift to the side of Zenigma if they're not able to capitalize off of this into, say, a Baron. It's just that free income in the top lane. Really great resource for somebody like Kaisa or even the Zoe to just start turboing ahead, since they really can't play on that lane. While it's just auto-pushing, could be the catch-up mechanic they do need on top of these objective bounties to start moving the game state forward. That tier 1 bot side's looking pretty juicy to the side of Zenigma, as the Baron is alive 22 minutes into the game, and all of AOE are looking at it as though it may be the snack they're looking for.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Zenigma, they can take that outer turret in the bot lane, but what will it cost them? Will it cost them the Baron? Will it cost them an inhibitor? What would taking that tower actually realistically cause their team? 4k HP on the Baron. IG nowhere to be seen near this Baron, as I don't, oh my gosh. Oh my. Okay. Nope, nobody saw that. You remember when I said Keel was gonna execute to the first dragon? He took that to heart, remembered it, and successfully completed his objective there.
That is unfortunate, but
Oh no. IG.
that's also unfortunate as IG does get just comboed
Oh
out.
no! Oh no! Oh, team game. Okay, you know what? Team game. He's playing the killer instinct 1v1 kind of game right now. He goes in, he presses R, he one-shots someone. He's been getting a lot of shutdowns off of his one-shots. Unfortunately, he does go down every single time when he does go in like that. But you know what? Trading that kills. Eventually, maybe he won't go down. That's the goal.
Yeah, trading 1-for-1 at this game state, not bad at all. Nappy and Exis are just like stuck in this immortal 1v1 at the moment.
I don't think any of them die in the 1v1. I think both of them just have far too much mobility to make it out of each other's stuff. But Duo could be dying here. That's the first bubble I think I've seen miss literally all game. So 23 minutes, that is quite the achievement. Nappy, that is not where you want to be, my friend. The Ignite might just be enough. Nope. Okay, Karma E. Karma E has got a little bit of shielding on the W there as well. So should be okay.
Inspiring her to live on as they will just continue to siege up now on this tier 2. Nice, more juicy gold for them as they get on their resets. We do just have a soul taken already. That happened in the background.
23 minutes soul.
No neutral objectives on the map. Just the enemy base is all that's left for AOE Ginger Turmeric to start taking.
Top lane inhibitor already taken. Mid lane inhibitor next up on the table, and after that, just rotate it back down to bot lane. It has really just all been in October and Duo's book of where do you want to go? We're going to push that lane in wherever you decide to end up. Bot lane inhibitor is now taking lots of poke going on to IG as well as the rest of the members of Zenigma. IG tried to flash away. He's able to flash out of Keel's range, but the calling does enough damage to be able to poke him out. Finally taking him down. Knots falls immediately after one shot underneath his own Nexus Towers. October almost fountain diving. Team game, man, he just wanted to have a chill time in his fountain. Again, actually cracked bubbles coming out from Dew just this entire game. And now game 1 will be taken out by AOE Ginger Turmeric at just 25 minutes.
AOE Ginger Turmeric just came in like a buzzsaw into that game. There was a very clear message, and it was just full send, don't look back. And that's what you have to do with the Lucian comp. That's what you have to do when scaling's not on your side. And they did it to perfection. But there was a lot of great signs of life from Zenigma. They showed they have the ability to set up good picks, to work back from some deficits. I think with some little changes in the draft maybe, maybe a more favorable matchups on the bottom side that can withstand the storm maybe a little bit better, or don't give over Lucian and Nami. And you find yourself at a little bit slower of a game state that allows you to scale into the game. We'll have to see if any of that happens, or if I'm just saying words into the void.
Yeah, I think the tempo of that game, we were memeing it was 1 kill a minute. I didn't see the exact kill score at the end of the game. I think it was somewhere around 30. So by the end, it was more than 1 kill a minute. The tempo is just, it was way too high for the late game general comp of Zenigma Lunar to really just come anywhere near close to the late game that they really needed. It was all in the early to mid game. And that was all AoE was just push, 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 tempo, 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 kill, kill, kill. Everything that could have possibly went right for AoE did go right. So 1-0 now up in this best of 3. We will go to a short break here as we head into game 2 draft here very shortly. welcome back everyone to UPL week number 3, now game number 2 between AOE Ginger Turmeric and Zenigma Solar. Just in case you forgot, AOE Ginger Turmeric did take game 1 in just 25 minutes against Zenigma Lunar. Now, Rector, is it gonna be 25 minutes? Is it gonna be 30 minutes? How fast is Zenigma winning this game to?
32 minutes and 15 seconds.
Okay.
Final answer.
Okay. Wait, you said 32 minutes, 15 seconds.
That's what I said.
All right, sounds
I believe
good.
it. I
remember 32 minutes. I didn't remember the exact seconds. All right. Yes, we are a broadcast of game 3s. There is always a game 3. I was trying to go for a never no such thing as a game 3, but there is always a game 3 is what I am saying. So, Zenigma.
We never not go to game 3.
Yes, by law, Regdor and I, whenever we cast together, it always goes to a game 3, and that's the actual game that is exciting, right? So, game 3. Zenigma has to win this game to follow the script. How are they going to do it, Regdor?
Hopefully they have the updated script. I think some of it, like, I'm really surprised last week, even and into this week, I don't think this patch, 12.12, like, hurt Zeri so much that we're not seeing her.
Mm-hmm.
Or either A, like, opt into scaling and build your kind of comp around that, or B, match the early game aggression, take away the Nami, say, fine, you can play Lucian, but you're not going to get Lucian Nami, and, you know, draft something like Renata Callista or Callista whatever. Insert engaged champion here, and just fight for your life in the bot lane, or just take away some of these things. They are on the red side now for Ginger Turmeric, so some of these things are going to be taken away. I would love to see Zenigma just ban out the Lucian, so they cannot R1, R2 Lucian Nami, or pick it for themselves, one of the two, you know, dealer's choice. I think that shores up a bit of it. Top lane was very contested. Bottom lane, though, was the glaring, like, mismatch in coverage. So find some way to even that out and be able to, like you say, take your time to scale into the game.
Yeah, I think Zenigma did have side select here in game 2, so I definitely think blue side is just superior in drafting almost always to red side in the current draft. Usually it's red side that takes priority, but this right now in the meta, it is actually blue side because of how many champions you can B1, and they're all just so good. So you're saying they could ban away the Lucian or the Nami. They could also B1 the Lucian for themselves here. Remember, AOE did B1 the Lucian last game, so now Zenigma could save a ban and just pick it for themselves, whether it's for team game or for knots.
Yeah, I would also love to see Wukong come out. Another one of those B1able champions.
He was even banned last game.
No, I think he was just vibing. He has friends. He didn't have to come to the Rift. He was just chilling out.
He does make himself his own friend. So, you know, anyone who has a clone is their own friend. So, LeBlanc, I think.
I don't think that's always true. Some people's clones try to kill him. That's what Hollywood's taught me. If you have a clone,
we're talking about this game here. We're talking about League of Legends. No, you can't kill your own clone.
Renata ult.
That's an anti-friend ultimate, but then she's also like the most like in lore, like she's the most egotistical person ever, right? Like that. I haven't actually read her lore. She's too new for me to have read her lore, but she's she's supposed to be arrogant and like not have friends, right? That's her lore.
I have so many words, but we'll save them for another day and time, as Ginger Turmeric is just going to ban.
She's like a leader. That's her thing, right? I'm not going crazy.
She's a CEO, so yeah, egotistical. That's fair, God. Kiana is the most arrogant champion. The voices in my head told me so, and that makes sense. What also makes sense is the Lucian getting banned away. Ginger Turmeric said we're not going to try to counterplay this, but they did leave open Senna.
Yes. Senna was banned away by Zenigma on red side last game, which did leave the Lucian up for the B1. This game, Lucian was banned away on red side, which left Senna up, and Senna will now be at the B1 of choice for Zenigma. Tom Kench also up on the board if they want to go for the Senna TK bot lane.
There's like 17 champions-ish that can be played with Senna as the non-farming version of her. and they're all so great for different scenarios, like the Galio, Swain. I like Set as well, or you can just go the standard Tom Kinch. Just it gives you so much more room in your draft. Yeah. Swain with income. New Swain does a lot. But talking about new, we have
Stingray friend!
Belveth also makes their own friends as well.
Yes, I love Stingray friend. She has so many little friends as well. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. This is gonna be my first game casting Belveth. Luckily, I've played a lot with Belveth in the past 2 weeks, so I do actually know what this champion might do. I haven't played her myself, but I'm very excited to get to cast her here for the first time. And we got your Wukong here coming out as well, Rector. Now, Wukong is one of my personal favorite champions to farm with Sen in the bot lane, so just gonna throw that out there.
I cried for somebody to play that during PGCQ. It didn't happen, but I had to thought about it.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that would have been
cool.
Yeah, it didn't happen for me, but nonetheless, we do have an opportunity here to see some coolness. Because how does Wukong go into Belveth in the 1v1 isolation? Not super sure. What I do know about Belveth is she's a feast or famine champion. We've heard it multiple times, depending on who you ask in chat. Is it a good champ? Is it a bad champ? It's up to you, but it's never in between. She's definitely not mediocre.
Yes.
We know that. But early game aggression, Blitzcrank, Callista, not champions that you want to mess with if you're Senna. Does not give you a lot of time to vibe out and just collect souls. You have to turn around and be careful for all the spears that are coming out, plus the grab. So be interested to see what Zenigma chooses to pair with the Senna to try to keep team game safe and get the souls that they so desperately will need.
Yeah, Callista is at least a fairly similar champion to Lucian. They're both very lane dominant, right? And they both have very good teamfight ultimates. But Blitzcrank is just on the complete opposite end of Nami. I was so excited for Duo's Nami in game one. Like, those bubbles, and I never in my life would I dream of hitting those bubbles that Duo was able to land in game one. Now he's on Blitzcrank. Now we gotta go crazy about the hooks that he's landing, which is just not. Bubbles are so much cooler than hooks. I don't know.
No, I love a good Blitzcrank hook. It's just chef's kiss. Into the knockup, there's just so much damage to be had.
Like, the sound of a bubble hitting is just better than a hook landing, you know? Like, it's just so mechanical rather than just, it's a bubble.
No, we're gonna tend to disagree on this, and you can't change my mind. Don't at me. Blitzcrank is superior.
At him. You should spam him. You really should.
No, don't do that. I'll cry. No, but I love it. Ginger Turmeric is like, we know what we want to do. We know the style of game we want to play, and nothing's going to stop us in this pursuit. And it's great because it's almost like pre-durability. And talking about clones. More clones?
Oh. No! Not... Okay, we gotta stop reacting. No, we can't talk about hovers. You know what we can talk about, though, is the bans. TK left on the board. We only have solo laners, almost exclusively top laners, banned away here in the second banning phase. The only mid laner banned away is that Syndra. Silas will be the champion of choice. I don't know. Does he have friends from prison? Maybe? I think
everybody makes friends in prison.
I think he has a sister. Maybe?
I've been told no. I've just been informed. Does not have a sister. But can steal ultimates away.
I don't know where I got that from.
That's like new toys. Not friends per se, but new toys. And some really great toys to be had with the Kha'Zix being locked in.
I hate to break it to you, but you can't replace your friends with toys. I'm sorry.
That's not true. I've been living for a long time, and I don't know, buying new stuff always makes me happy. But wait, Kha'Zix? If we do the math here, we have a Kha'Zix, we have a Corki, and we have a Wukong, which means that...
Farming Wukong!
Oh, it is going to be the Wukong Senna bot lane. That is
I called
interesting.
It! Rector called it the first time, I called it this time, only one of us is right.
That's fair. I'll take it. I'll take the wrongness, but what I will say is that this does introduce such the interesting thing, where if Nostalgia has the hands for it,
Ooh.
can just make the clone to get away from the hook and be able to negate a lot of the damage setup that October is going to be looking for.
Wukong, Senna, bot lane. Is this the people that are playing the champions, or are they swapped? This is correct, I'm being told. Okay, just making sure. You never really know who's playing the farming Senna and the fast. I don't know.
Yeah, generally the ADC usually plays the marksman, but team game maybe flipping the script, saying I'm going to take the matters into my own hands and just, oh man, they have really great AOE team fight from Zenigma, and they have a great pseudo, like real front line in the terms of Ornn and pseudo front line in the terms of Wukong to give Senna and Corgi so much room to play the game, as I almost choked on those words. But we know that Senna needs multiple items. Umbral Glaive and Eclipse has been like her most strong showing right now, still going to lethality, and then Corki going into the Manamune, Luden's Tempest, Ravenous Hydra, and those things don't really come online for those 2.5 items. Whereas by the point they got to 2.5 items in the last game, they were getting knocked on their Nexus at that point. So will they have the ability? That's the biggest question, is will they have the ability to weather what is another early game storm from Ginger Turmeric?
Yeah, it's very similar comp identities, like you were saying, Victor, that we saw in game 1, where it's not the Lucian Nami. It is still a very early game focused spot lane where you don't land the bubble, you land one form of CC is what I'm gonna call it, and then someone is going to die pretty much unless you hook the clone, right? So you just really need the same. It's the same win con for AOE. You get 1,000 gold lead for October at like 5 minutes, and then you just move your bot lane from bot lane to top lane to mid lane to taking both the dragons, and then just taking like all of the objectives just simultaneously. You just turn the tempo up as hard as you possibly can. But Zenigma, like you're saying, if they can just play it slow, you don't have to die level 1. I know nobody actually did die level 1 last game, but nobody died level 1, nobody died level 6, nobody died level 11. Maybe we'll get 30 minutes this game. Maybe we'll get to your 32-minute win prediction for Zenigma in game 2 here, Victor.
I believe in myself. I always believe in myself. But I will say this, the other thing that AoE didn't have last game, they have this game, is the Belveth and those enhanced little Void Remoras. Though they also didn't go for the level 1, but they may go for a nice little level 1 here, as we do.
They may go for a pause.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes you gotta take a second, get up, stretch, maybe go touch some grass, get some vitamin D from the sun.
It's 9 p.m. Regdor. I don't know. There's no sun outside anymore. It's pitch black.
I still have a sun. My sun's still here.
Oh, mine's gone.
Well, you know what? Get a better sun.
Maybe turn on a light that looks like a sun. I have a pillow that looks like a sun.
It's
a really comfy pillow, actually.
Why are you trying to like shill the sun so hard? It's been around for a long time. Everybody knows about it, okay? Okay. So talking about the sun, right? It's hot. It's big. As we get back into the game, though, it's an early level 1 doesn't nothing really comes from it. They did get the early ward again right there around the Raptor pit for the side of AoE to get that early vision information. Kha'Zix is a champion that some people haven't had the most fun with in the durability patch. Assassins as a whole have taken a little bit more to get online to be able to find these kills, but Kha'Zix does have the nice isolation damage, and I think that's going to be the big thing for IG, is to find these like picture perfect setups and get these squishier targets, in the term of really the Callista, out on their own.
Something else that I'm noticing here, Rigdor, is both Existence and Keel have opted to take Ghost over Flash here. Potential level 1 hook does land on Nostalgia. Gonna try and flash Raven October. Flashing in after him, has the exhaust, but is not gonna cancel enough damage. First blood level 1. Picked up now for the bot lane of AoE Ginger Turmeric.
Yeah, that's a minute 40, and we already got a kill on the board. That is...
Oh no! Oh no! He tried to fake the clone and the clone didn't come fast enough. That's gonna be another flash now burned. Every single summoner burned in the spot lane except for the flash on Duo.
Yeah, and that is the scariest summoner spell for Duo to have right now.
Yeah, and most likely Duo has a Hex Splash as well, right? So we will be able to see once he does pop the first flash, but it's probably the least important summoner in this entire bot lane because you quite literally have a secondary flash once it does go down. I'm very excited for the first Bel'Veth gank. I just want to see Bel'Veth, like, the giant flappy wings, it's just so great.
If there's anything that gets us going, it is giant flappy wing. We saw some of the trading patterns going on in mid lane for Knots and Shrimp. The classic melee into ranged matchup where Knots has to play in the minion wave to dodge the abduct. If he's able to keep the distance, he can actually bleed out, as we talked.
Heal, going for a level 3 invade here onto IG's red buff. Shrimp might not want to have landed that E, but it actually does have enough damage to turn that one back around. Keel, Smite steals away the red buff from IG, both of them burning their flashes, but it does look like Keel, actually, nope, I spoke too soon, is going to be able to make it out of that one alive. Another excellent hook landed by Duo. Man, it's not the bubble story in this game, it's all the hook story. Somehow, by some miracle, everyone made it out of that invade alive other than Knots.
Yeah, we saw what I was explaining is that if Knots doesn't play in the minion wave, if Shrimp is able to get the abduct onto him and close that gap, then it no longer matters. And you can see that damage right there, using the Pestilence Burst and getting off so much damage. Electrocute, by the way, on Shrimp, even heavier trade capability, usually going for the Conqueror, but instead opting to play super aggressive into this matchup.
Yeah, you take Electrocute to be able to just win lane harder and hopefully get that level 6 as the level 6 with the Electrocute as well does usually give a whole lot depending on the ultimate that you are able to steal away. Shrimp, I do believe, is sitting on quite a lot of gold right now though, as he did just start with a Dark Seal, which is one of the cheaper buys. Duo could be looking for a flash kill here in the mid lane. Flash hook, knock up Knots, you are very dead, my friend.
And that is Duo making their presence felt on the map so far. 66% kill participation at the moment, which is a pretty good number. A little bit under the 1 minute kill mark. Gonna pick up the pace a little bit here as chat.
Yeah, come on.
We are perfect on hooks, I do believe.
Ragnar, you remember how I said we just didn't have to die level 1 and then we might win the game here?
Yeah.
I think someone might have died at level 1. I don't know how. What happened?
Callista happened.
Okay. I think it was Blitzcrank that happened. Existence did pop that ghost here, trying to run away here from this gank from IG. Keel is in time to attempt and counter gank here. Remember, Gwen is immune. Gwen is very immune. Gwen is so immune that she actually gives the kill over to her jungler. Keel now on the board with his first kill of the game on Bel'Veth. I want to go out on a limb here and say this is Bel'Veth's first kill of the UPL.
That's a fair. I think that's real. But wonderfully played there, just getting out to safety and then Keel being there to disrupt the isolation damage from IG, able to turn the kill back over. We can see.
Yay!
That is correct. But you see how much damage Keel is able to do by utilizing those dashes so perfectly. Each one of them on their own cooldown. There's a whole lot of math involved. But Void surges around.
Perfectly fine. Absolutely nothing happened there in the mid lane now. You know what is even better than normal flappy wings, Ragnar?
Golden flappy wings?
Golden flappy wings!
Okay, I was like, I don't know if this is a trick question or not. I'm not prepared.
Level 6 is when she does unlock the golden flappy wings here on the ultimate here team game. Trying to go in for a 1v1 here in October in melee range. Does not want to be stuck in melee range for too long though against the Callista. Is able to trade out a little bit more favorably for this Zenigma bot lane. Hook coming back up here in a couple of seconds. Is he gonna go for it? I think he went for a knock up there. Unfortunately did not have it up in time, but Hook is up off cooldown now if they want to continue this trade.
October, pretty low. Once they get this wave pushed in, get on a reset. They are just sitting on those tier 2 boots at the moment. A little bit of play to steal cap action for the double AD lane.
Wait, Steel Cat's October. He's able to flash out of that stun there. Team game, no mana, no HP. Forced to flash whip, but will still fall now to Keel. Still only still level 5. No gold flappy wings unlocked here quite yet. IG here for the counter gank, but unfortunately just a second too late to save his AD carry.
And this is continuing the tempo that has been AOE Ginger Turmeric fighting anywhere and everywhere they can. First Drake of the game here, the Infernal Drake on the map, but not in a position to take it just yet due to the health bars of the bottom lane off of that last skirmish. They are going to get the reset in. Nice Vampiric Scepter. That's just going to give more sustain to Mr. October in these fights that have been quite the skirmish thus far. Everybody does not willing to back down. There is no farm lanes in this game. Even Nappy on, the beautiful Ornn, getting scrappy every chance they can.
This is something that I learned about Bel'Veth, actually, is you want to be level 6 before you take the first neutral objective so that you're able to get your first ultimate form off of that first neutral objective. Because if you take this dragon and then like 2 minutes later you get your level 6 popped, right, then you're not able to actually make as much use out of that first dragon as you would otherwise like to take. So Keel still only sitting level 5. Now just pops level 6, you see, immediately goes to start a neutral objective as he will be able to take that Rift Herald, drop it somewhere, hopefully still have golden flappy wings, and maybe look to take the first dragon off that as well.
Yeah, and that Rift Herald, like we talked about, the extra push that Bel'Veth gets with the enhanced minions just makes the push that much better. So we'll have to see. Still learning all the names of Bel'Veth's fun abilities.
I think her E. Wait, no, I was gonna. Her E is like something embrace, right? Agony's embrace. Wait, no, that sounds like a Kaisa ability. Never mind, I'm making that up. That's Evelyn. Okay.
All similar things. They're void, right?
Oh no, Shrimp, my friend, you might have taken one too many tower shots there. Shut down will fall. It's only 150 into IG's pockets. That is the first kill on the board for Zenigma. Meanwhile, down here in the bot lane, lots of trading, lot more tower plates. Again, going in the favor of AOE.
And not as much of a explosive start as it was last time in terms of push power. Callista is very short range, has to be careful every time they walk into the tower range. With Nostalgia on the Senna, able to free trade there. So I don't think they're going to find as much success in that regard. The root does land.
Oh, there comes the Cyclone, though. Lots of knockups, both the knockups landing onto October, as well as Duo. October trying to channel that ultimate to at least be able to save Duo, but died before the final ultimate came through. Both of them will fall. No kill trade back for AOE, now 2-0 for Zenigma.
And Keel is just does not care about Knock right now, is just focused on PvE gaming.
PvE, aka slap that tower. Slap the tower. He slapped the tower really good. The tower is now dead. First tower at 9.5 minutes for AOE off of the fact of you got a Stingray on our team as well as, the first Rift Trail, but Stingray much more fun. IG attempting to solo this first dragon on his own, is actually able to claim it for himself, canceling out the extra reset that Keel would have gone for his ultimate. Now Shrimp trying to continue this team fight, does not have hook available for a couple more seconds on Duo. Nostalgia buying a lot of time. I think that might have actually been enough time for IG to make it out alive. Team game might not be so lucky though. October finding him underneath this tower, dash, and another kill for AOE.
And that is the first neutral objective Zenigma has been able to get in the matchup, able to use just that distance off of the mid lane play with Keel having to kind of rotate around, got there late. So that is good if you are a Zenigma fan. They are on the map and keeping this a bit closer of a game. It is about a 5k gold lead right now. But overall, in terms of their combat strength, not super horrible. You can see a lot of that gold differential there in the bottom lane as well as the jungle.
So what's the jungle?
Yeah, jungle, mid, and ADC are really where we see the most at as a whole, but all of them are within punching distance. We're not in a super horrible spot. But nonetheless, Zenigma does, again, have to look to scale up into the game. The Senna, the Corki, not known for being great in the early game, but being able to scale well into the game on 2 and 3 items. Really looking for the soul count on Senna to get up there as we start encroaching on 60 and 80 souls, that's where you really start to see that super long reach, free crit damage, all those fun stats that make her such a good team fighter in the mid-late game.
Rector, you know what I just realized? That first Infernal Dragon that Zenigma got was the first dragon, or no, first neutral objective they've gotten this entire series.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay, Cam. It's good to know that you listen to me. It makes me feel valued.
I got you. You know what? They're not gonna get another Infernal Dragon. They're gonna get another Hextech Dragon as well. Knots could be caught out here in the mid lane. Keel, unfortunately, not gonna.
The Royal Maelstrom from
What does that even mean, man? I don't understand. That's not even a fun fact, but you know what isn't a fun fact? Is the Double Cyclone once again coming out from Team Game. Landed every single CC they need to on October. Able to take him down through both of the Summoner spells as well. No flash, no heal. He got another drag come up here in just a couple of minutes. Keel and Shrimp arriving down here in the bot lane, trying to turn this one back around now for AOE. Excellent long range hook landed onto IG. 3 more kills now in the pocket for AOE, trading only October's life.
Woo! It means useless.
Okay, well, Rector, you were supposed to get that. You're the one that watches anime.
I've never watched JoJo in my life. Sorry, guys. Blame me if you will. But this is the downside. Good? Good? Okay.
It's my favorite animation in the game.
I love that for you. But what we can see thus far from Zenigma, the strong point is they are winning the 2v2 on the bottom side. They do lose their tower based off of the long trade there with Keel getting involved. But if Kalista continues to fall behind the power curve, if they're not able to stay ahead, then they become a lot more, I don't want to say useless, but a lot less impactful in the mid to late game. This is what happens when you choose for these early game champions that don't scale as well into the game, is you are on a timer. And it looks like Zenigma is doing a much better job at contesting them in these skirmishes and keeping this a bit closer overall. It does show a 6k gold lead. This is largely, I think, due to how Bel'Veth has rotated around the map, has been using both the Rift Herald as well as skirmishing, but a much more competitive matchup between these two teams at the 14-minute mark.
Yeah, at least the kills or skirmishes in the bottom lane, right, have been going slightly, at least even in the favor of Zenigma. Obviously, last one didn't go as even, but everyone before that has at least gone even or even ahead for Zenigma. The mid lane and the top side here, literally nothing has happened top lane. We would be 0-0-0s in top lane right now if Existence didn't have that one assist. It has all been in the power of Keel and IG. Wherever they go, the team fights seem to follow them so far, as you do have that 100% KP for IG, and 6 out of 10, 60% for Keel, but that's just because he might die. Or, wait, no, I meant he might engage and then run away, and then, there's a fight later, but next dragon, and remember, it's not an Infernal, it's an Infernal in disguise, aka Hextech Dragon number 2 here for Zenigma, starting it up duo, flash hook plus knockup onto IG, but still will not be able to secure the dragon for AOE, now 2-0 in the favor of Zenigma. Keel instead going for a very deep invade in a 1v2 onto the bot lane here of Zenigma, so much healing on this Bel'Veth, just able to slap him away from the dragon, wasn't able to secure that for themselves, but instead keeping him out of the fight while the rest of the team is able to get a 2-0 in the favor of AOE.
That is the true downside right now, is that Zenigma has found the first rotation on these two Drakes and didn't even contest. It really looked like Duo was trying to get in there and knock up CC IG to not be able to get the smite down. But unfortunately, just due to timing, not going to really work out. But Bel'Veth, something that they do very well is the split push game, as they do drop that second Herald to get to tier 2 Existence in tow here to back them up, as it's just this kind of 3-1, in this case 3-2 style push, where they're able to keep pressure in the mid lane, maybe get down this tier 2 tower as they get down to tier 2 on the bottom side with the Herald push. But once again, AOE, while this game has been a little bit slower in terms of the kills per minute, are still making these strong macro plays around the map to push the game state forward.
slightly more, is able to push it forward here. They do need to, like you say, start taking these of dragons, though. They're there for the fight, they're there for the steal, but so far it just hasn't gone in their favor, right? Like the timing that you did mention earlier on as well will start slowly taking more and more in the favor of Zenigma. Very early dragon stacking, which was in the favor of AOE last game, but now I believe it's about a 25-minute dragon soul this game if they are able to take the next dragon and the one after that off of spawn as well. It is a cloud soul again, so not insanely game ending, but still very powerful to have in the favor of Zenigma if they are able to get a 4-0 lead on them.
And it may be for the side of AOE, based off of the game state, that they don't feel like the soul will be the win condition. Even if they're able to take one off and offset that, as Duo maybe about to have a bad day.
Oh no. Duo just got a couple boards down in the river, one over the wall, one in that bush there. Neither will actually be swept out by IG. One just in the tri-brush. Could be face checking into Keel, and Shrimp here just about able to make it out alive of that one. So unfortunately Duo just went a little bit too far for those swords.
Duo just found out that a trio is bigger and will win out in that regard for Lil Bird Scrank on their own. But like I was saying, it doesn't feel like they may see this as the win con, as the package does go in October.
Oh no, October trying to flash away, taking a lot of burn damage from that package. Keel as well, lots of healing, still trying to survive for as long as he can. Finds one kill now onto Knots. Team game instantly blown up as well. IG trying to get this 1v1 on to October, and it's actually going to be sniped over the wall. IG now on the board with his 4th kill of the game. But on the other side of the team fight, it's a double kill now coming up for Keel. Duo has now respawned off of the ward death on the top side, lands the hook plus ignite on IG, just trying to keep him in the vision range for someone else to be able to come and finish him off. Existence there for the kill, but not there for the last hit. Duo almost solo killing the jungler. Nappy in the mid lane here as well, attempting to save his mid lane tower, but the final slap will be enough to secure the 5th kill of the game for the Belbeth.
An excellent team fighting. There was a lot of resources spent on October to get them chunked out and out of the fight, which left Keel to be able to do a lot of work with Shrimp in tow there. Just so many resources happen to be put down on October that it's a little bit easier for the rest of AOE to be playing out these team fights, able to push into the tier 3s in mid and in bot. They've got a lot of this push on with only a minute till the Drake comes up. If they're able to take away this one Drake and extend out the soul, the game may not go far enough or long enough for Zenigma to really capitalize on these neutral objectives that they've taken thus far.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you were saying, there is just 30 seconds before this next dragon fight does come online. The last team fight we just saw lost a lot of mid lane power for Zenigma. I believe they lost their inner turret as well as almost their inhibitor turret off of just one missing fight. I was gonna call it a missing dragon fight, but no, it was just a fight in the bot side. So one dragon hopefully could go in the favor of AOE to stop this dragon stacking that Zenigma has got going right now. You have to stop this dragon stacking, or like I said, it is a 25-minute soul for Zenigma. Or instead, you know, you could just start the Baron on spawn.
Yeah, this is the strong play, but it may get sniffed out here as we do see Nappy up on the top side of the map. Is going to be able to get vision on this, and we may just have a nice old fight around the Baron.
Knockup does land as well as the hook on team game. They know which one is the real clone, but the Cyclone will not connect. There is no more knockup, and more importantly, no ultimate now for the Cyclone. Will go in, but will just fall in return. Now you have given Keel over his enraged form as well. A lot more slapping to be done in this team fight. Shrimp on the mid lane here, holding them off in a 1v2. So much healing on the Silas. They cannot go in whatsoever. You have a Callista ult over the wall as well, just to bring in the rest of the bot lane members from AOE. One kill so far in this team fight. Nostalgia flashing out of both of the knockups there, just about able to make it out on with their life. Dragon is up on the table, but AOE, they don't want the dragon, they want the Baron.
And this is it. The Dragon Soul, like we talked about, is not going to be the defining factor for AOE's win, but Shrimp may lose out here in the 1v1.
Oh no, IG falls in the 1v1. Shrimp popping the Kha'Zix ultimate for some extra invisibility. Has the Zhonya's as well while invisible to buy extra time. Unfortunately, he's not going to have enough damage to burn Knots, but did you really need to kill anyone in the bot lane when the rest of your team was taking the Baron on the top side. They don't have a jungler for this dragon either.
Well, they were able to pick up the big one, and that was the Baron Nashor. Really great job by Shrimp. And kind of
no,
keeping
Duo.
them
Oh, no.
pushed out.
I think he tried to, like, bait the flash over the wall, you know, in those, you see in those clip videos, but instead he flashed in the brush, but unfortunately they were still standing in the bush. It could have worked.
It happens to the best of us.
If they just weren't standing in the bush and then they flashed over the wall instead, it would have been very funny, but oh, not. Oh, no. He thought those tickets were his. Those tickets were not his.
We're seeing the power of Bel'Veth now, sitting on 3 items. Itemization, still a very interesting conversation with her, as she will just dash over the wall there.
Remember, in her ultimate form, she does unlock the power to dash over walls, not only just dash in thin air, Nappy. Flash over the wall, but forgets that he has some spears still stuck inside of him, so will still be chopped down over the wall. Give him one more kill over to October, and another double kill for Keel's pockets as well. Dragon still on the map, will finally now be slapped to death by Keel. 1 dragon on the board, 2 for AoE.
And they're now pushing on both tier 3 towers in the mid and bot lane. Still have the Baron minions. Still on at least 3 members of AoE here as they begin their siege into Zenigma's base. And it becomes like it's getting late pretty early. With the 5th member, Bel'Veth, is going to join in on the siege here.
Both of the inhibitors now taken in the bot lane and the mid lane. Here you have Baron on all 5 members. It's just a matter of how much can you keep alive. 23 minutes. We still got 10 more minutes until your predicted win timer here for Zenigma. There's still plenty of time, right, guys?
Their base is going to get torn asunder. They may lose out a little bit more in this team fight, as this is the last breath of Zenigma.
Knots does pick up the package now on Corki, but Keels is just chopping this Nexus tower down. Package doing a lot of damage to the Bel'Veth. Now it's going to be flashed on by October. He's actually able to just take him down before even trading it back 1 for 1. IG trying to follow his mid laner, but unfortunately not going to be quite as fast as Package will go down in the end as well. 2 members of Zenigma, now 3, still standing in the fountain, but in the end AoE take the Nexus, take the series 2-0 on the best of 3 night.
That was a lot. That wasn't nearly as lane dominant as we saw from game 1. But again, the key theme here is that AoE only has 1 mode, and that is go.
Yes.
Heal a master class performance, I think, on the Bel'Veth and just jungling in general. Very impactful in both games of not only balancing that farming style with the lane ganking, but just the neutral objective approach. Didn't get rolling on the dragons, but instead took that time into the lane dominance and getting tier 1s, tier 2s down. How well Bel'Veth just synergizes with Rift Herald pushes, and just never really gave Zenigma a game state, even though it felt like it was somewhat even. There was a 10K gold lead to where they didn't have to fight Drakes. They just had to fight the map, and allows Zenigma to kind of run themselves out, taking these neutral objectives.
Yeah, that game felt a lot closer in terms of kills for Zenigma, right? Like, I think that was a faster game. I think that was a 24-minute win for AoE, but somehow it felt closer for Zenigma. Yes, game 1 there was a smaller gold lead for AoE, but every kill that Zenigma was able to get in game 2, they were at, or every kill that AoE was able to get in game 2, Zenigma was at least able to trade 1 for almost every time, which was pretty impressive.
No, absolutely. And it'll be exciting to see how the league and meta develops, especially with the entrance of Bel'Veth, that I think changes up some of the jungle meta as a whole and how we play around that. But really, like, again, big ups to AoE for saying, you know, durability patch be damned. We're going to play some of this early game style. We're going to play aggressive, and we're going to continually move the game state forward in a manner in which our opposition cannot follow with. Be interesting to see how that continues to develop, as we are on patch 12.12. Changes are being made daily, and we'll have to see what future holds for both of these teams.
Absolutely, and that will be the end of our week 3 stream here on Unified Live. Thank you all very much for watching. Of course, thank you for Regdor casting alongside me tonight. Thank you for Hyper for clicking all the buttons, making the stream happen. Thank you to our sponsors as well, Zowie and HyperX, for making the stream happen as well. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your evening. Come back next week for UPL week number 4.